Nusi back for trial. A mass grave outside Tripoli where at least 35 people are thought to be buried.
Maybe it's a shoulder bone.
Maybe it's shoulder socket bone, yeah?
Protesters shot at the start of last year's uprising on the direct orders of Gaddafi's former intelligence chief.
Muhammad?
No one has lost more than Abu Salam. He's not seen or heard from his 5 eldest sons since they were abducted by Gaddafi's police last summer.
All 5 boys went missing on the same day?
Yes, in the same time.
And where are they now, do you know?
I don't know.
Hisham hopes the same fate hasn't befallen his brother Tariq, last seen at this prison.
And was your brother a political prisoner, or we don't know what?
Yeah, I think it's a political prison.
The cells are now full of Gaddafi loyalists. But what became of the 40-year-old doctor when he left here?
Maybe still is somewhere, dead or alive, but I don't know exactly. The most important thing that I have to know is where is the place.
As long as there's a chance his brother may be alive, Hisham will try anything. Here giving his DNA to a central data bank.
Maybe 300 or 400 people here, but they're from where? From across Libya, Tripoli?
Across Libya, yes.
There could be as many as 8,000 missing people in Libya, opponents of the Gaddafi regime and those who served it. The blank spaces where the dead have already been identified. With a weak central government and little expertise, tracing the others won't be easy.
The process of identification is very complex and is very time-consuming. We are talking about years. And definitely this is something that has to be told clearly to these grief-stricken families.
These are the woods just behind the infamous Rixos Hotel in Tripoli, where, of course, many journalists stayed during last year's fighting. And what I'm watching now is a video showing dozens of dead bodies. Anti-Gaddafi activists who were brought to this spot, murdered in the woods and left here to rot in the sun. The gunfire we heard from these killing fields last summer now explained. In this broken country, a lonely vigil for an old man who just wants his boys to come home. Willa Davis, BBC News, Tripoli.
Now, just before I came into the studio, I was reading an independent report that says one reason for a big surge in user numbers on our BBC News website is the royal wedding of last year. And there's certainly no doubting, whichever angle you take, that an awful lot of us have spent an awful lot of time looking at the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. But one thing that I've been thinking about today is we don't really hear anywhere near as much of Kate as we do see her. But that may be changing, because today she gave her first speech since she became Duchess. It was during a visit to a children's hospice in the east of England.